Can we do something right quick?
Okay.
Zoom in. I need you to zoom in. Come on, get close. I need y'all to do this, man. There we go. Come on, it's okay. We're gonna make this, get a little bit closer, get a little bit tighter. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let me say this. Y'all ain't Beyonce. Y'all not Drake. Y'all not Taylor Swift. I need everybody to do rollouts again. This Clipse rollout is reminiscent of things we used to see. I need you to go on Colors. I need you to do 47 interviews.
Right.
Go see Wallow.
Right.
Go see Ebro.
Right.
Go see everybody else. I need you to release album track list.
Right.
I need you to talk about your fellow artists. You ain't got to necessarily do that, but stop acting like this is 2019, because it's not.
What's up, my friends? Welcome back to the Rap Life Review. I am Nadeska here in New York with Low Key. That's Eddie joining us from LA, and Ebro's out this week. He's actually out in LA. Eddie, you're gonna see him soon, right? You guys are celebrating Apple Music's 10-year anniversary. Nobody wanted the pregnant lady at the party, so I'm here just hanging with
don't
Low
be
Key.
like that.
I'm kidding.
No.
Yeah, I think Rihanna's the only super pregnant lady people want at,
Right.
the functions.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yes, it's very true.
No, but
That's how we started?
Yeah.
just being honest.
Absolutely.
Nah. We would have loved it. Can you fly? Like, how's that work?
No. That's actually the real issue. The doctor told me to stay my ass in New York. So
And
you
no
guys are-
doors?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Medically speaking, that's how he put it. But now you guys should have fun. But I mean, it's a milestone. So Apple Music officially launched June 30th, 2015 in over 100 countries. And actually, Eddie just celebrated his 10-year anniversary at Apple Music. Lo's been here working freelance for 10 years. So y'all have been here since the beginning. You guys, you want to say some sweet words?
Yeah, man, this shit changed my life, dog. I was
There we
selling
go.
cable at a call center. You know how tough it is selling cable at a call center? People was yelling at me. I got called the N-word one time. Like, it was bad out here for your boy. Then one day I get a phone call and they're like, hey, do you want to start at a radio station with Dr. Dre? And because that's how I started. I was on Dr. Dre's radio show called The Pharmacy. And I was like, yeah, get me out of hell. So I flew down here. I moved to LA. And honestly, man, it's been a ride to be here from the beginning, because I didn't know what this was going to be, bro. Like, the first year, it was like a startup, and I didn't know how long it would last. I felt like I was on borrowed time. And I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing and so I could get another 2 weeks to the next paycheck. So to rewind and think that we've been doing this for a decade and all these moments, whether we've done OVO Sound Radio, working with Mary J. Blige, working with Q-Tip and Travis Scott, like all these artists that had radio stations, Elton John, who still has a radio station. It's been a hell of a ride, and we've only continued to get bigger. And then we've started doing Rap Life Review a few years ago. This thing's expanded from just a radio station to more of like content, but also it's always been artists first. And it's crazy going from terrestrial radio, where artists like whatever, to doing what we do now, and they actually want to be a part and come with their own ideas, and it continues to go. Like people like Summer Walker, and the list goes on and on, man. It's been a
Eddie's
great
always
ride.
good for some reminiscing times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see the brand grow also from, headquarters out in Culver to, Lo, you were here for launching the New York studios, which was really big.
Yeah.
You have studios in London and
Yep.
Berlin. Like, I've had a chance to visit. It's actually really amazing how big the team has grown. So looking forward to another 10, unless you have some highlights too.
No, I mean, pretty much everything that Eddie said, he took the words right out of my mouth. I've been here since 2015, and it's a life-changing experience. Radio's always been my first love. My degree is broadcast journalism, so when I got the call to be a part of this big new conglomerate, yes, I jumped at the opportunity, and I've been blessed with so many different, opportunities, like shows like filling it for Ebro, having my own show, Hip Hop R&B Throwback, to doing Rap Life Review, to just doing so many different little activations over the last 10 years that it shaped my radio game, my interview game, my connections, my networking, and gaining the new show right here, Rap Life Review, for about, the last 5 years we've been doing this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's been 5 years already?
Yeah, we've been doing it since
Wow.
COVID. Yeah, we started in our living rooms, and so shout out to everybody that's been a part of this growth and a part of this expansion of what Apple Music is, and I hope to be here for another 10 years.
Yeah, expansion, that's the key word. We record a lot of this content that we actually do. So here's a little clip highlighting some of our biggest moments over the past 10 years.
We're here to celebrate 10 years of Apple Music.
It's our job to be a conduit between the artist and the fan.
This is for you guys.
Here comes the future.
We wanted to let you know that you have the #1 album.
That's crazy. Quality and consistency over time. That's it. That's it.
It's cool working for Apple. I love that, we have our hands in so many different creative pots. Apple just put out F1 the movie. There's also F1 the soundtrack, which is now streaming on Apple Music. Ebro and I went to the premiere. Well, we were adjacent to the premiere last week, just highlighting some of the music from the soundtrack, so you could check that out. The track with Roddy is probably my favorite one, Underdog. I really like that. Any highlights for y'all on this project? I
think just the fact that it's another loaded soundtrack because you got Don Toliver, Doja Cat, Mr. Easy, and like there's a gazillion artists.
Yeah, it's Burna Boy, Peggy Goo. It's like a nice variety.
Yeah, and it's someone that grew up in that era where soundtracks meant something. I don't know, maybe I'm a dinosaur like this, but I think it's just cool to have that feeling back. And, you watch a movie and you get the energy, especially like movies like this, like fast cars and music, they kind of go together. It's like a marriage. So I just look, man, we tried it a few years ago with Black Panther. I thought maybe soundtracks might have came back then. Not really, but we back, baby.
Yeah, that's still my favorite one in the past 10 years, the Black Panther soundtrack. I don't think a better one has come out.
We're looking at the changing of the guard with movies and how they release because it's always on Prime or it's always on this one or that one. Like back in the day, we were in the theaters and we had the soundtracks come out right before the movie. We could buy it in stores. But yeah, this is probably giving us the reminiscent feeling. And like you said, in the last 10 years, probably Black Panther was the only one that matched the energy of the movie. So yeah, shout out to F1.
What's your favorite all-time soundtrack though?
If we talking about dinosaurs,
like all time, this soundtrack, bro.
I'm gonna either go with Boomerang.
Okay, wait, stop. Give me some songs of Boomerang.
Oh shit.
I'm already tapping out of this game.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's like a lot of what's this shit?
Hey, look at your phone, baby.
No, yeah, you
All right, Eddie, come on, tell us. We know you have your top 5.
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
Oh, easy,
there
bro.
You go.
It's Bud and Rim.
You wrote this list last night.
No, he did. No, he did.
It's a Bud and Rim. Think about it. SWV, anything.
Okay.
Big Pimpin' the Dog Pound. I know Big Pimpin' came out later with Jay-Z, but the Big Pimpin' Dog Pound, absolutely astounding. We got Regulate, Warren G. You know what time it is with that. Lady of Rage, Afro Puffs. Think about it too. Warren G saved Def Jam music at the time. You got multiple songs with Tupac. You got Pain. Come on, fam. Loyal to the Game. It's easily for me a Bud and Rim.
So we got Grace Jones on there. We got Babyface. We got Keith Washington. We got Tony Braxton, Johnny Gill, Shanice. Also, another soundtrack. Shit, I lost it again. Backstage.
Yeah.
Backstage. Yeah. Best of Me on there, In the Club. A bunch of Jay-Z cuts, a bunch of Rockefeller cuts. Clue was on there. He produced the mixtape.
Was that the one that had the Jay-Z? No, excuse me, the Biggie and Tupac.
No, that's the show.
Oh, the show had that. That's the show. Fire too.
That's the show. But yeah, those are some of my favorite soundtracks.
Thank you. Some good highlights. I'm sorry, I have nothing to contribute. I don't know.
You don't got one favorite soundtrack?
No,
you don't got to name those songs.
So one thing I love about you, Eddie, and you sometimes do this too low. You just have all of this. Everything is just at the front of your mind always. Yeah. Not for me. There's too much going on in my head. I need a minute to really think about it because I'm just going to say Space Jam or something stupid. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, we can't really talk about Space Jam right now. There was that one really big song on Space Jam where we can't talk about that.
Yeah. You see what I mean? That's exactly what I mean.
And moving right along.
Anyway, check out F1, the album that's streaming now on Apple Music. And we also got to give a shout out to our guy, Russ. So if you didn't see, he was on the show a couple weeks ago. I think that's one of my favorite episodes that we've ever done because artists don't usually want to come through and be outspoken, especially when it comes to talking about other artists.
Right.
Russ doesn't care. That was amazing. So his album, Wild, is officially out now. He's kicking off his headlining tour Into the Wild. And as we talked about when he was here, it's a lot of the album is Russ talking his shit because he's earned those rights. But also there's some more personal tracks, him talking about things he's gone through in the industry.
Yeah.
Feel like, he's growing up now. Where does he fit into it? Right. So actually, here's a little clip of Russ when he was on the show talking about the album, Wild.
Community for me is something I'm trying to actively build out in the music. And that's why even with this album, it was a more collaborative experience. I found these 2 producer-songwriters on fucking TikTok from Australia. We jumped in a group chat and made the whole fucking album, just making songs together. But it was fun as hell. Because it's I have proven to myself and to my fans and to the world that I can go in my studio, no samples, make the beat, mix it, and it can go platinum in 9 months, dolo. It's cool. But that doesn't fulfill me anymore like that.
You want
know?
to do it with a village.
Yeah, it's like, it's more fun. You know what I mean? It's just simple as
The
that.
human connection, the energy,
Yeah.
the different ideas flowing, all of it.
And I didn't know I was missing that till I did that movie and was like, oh, like, you can hang out with people and make stuff? Like, whoa, this is crazy.
All right, you can check that album out anytime on Apple Music. I do want to highlight some other releases. Code of the Friend also dropped an album called No Rap on Sunday, if you want to check that out. Young Blue, Blueski, the album, Gashi, The Killer Whales of Gotham. And then let's get into some singles. I like this new Rick Ross and Pharrell single, For the Money. For the Money. The beat's amazing. Why are you looking? Why are you looking at me like that?
It's really like Afrobeatish.
I didn't expect that from him.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. I've seen
kinda.
a couple mixed reviews of it that people weren't really used to the sound with Ross, but it's good that we haven't heard from Ross in a minute. So now he's experimenting and trying new shit, and Pharrell's hot right now. So who else to collaborate with than one of the hottest, still the hottest. In the
What
game.
was your review though? That was very vague.
Oh, my review? No, I'm not. It's cool, but it hasn't been rotating on my playlist.
It just came out. How much
What came out Friday?
rotation? How much rotation can it have in like 3 days?
Well, I mean, for me myself, I have a phone and I have songs that I listen to.
right.
That has not been that has not been at the top of the list, but I'm giving it a chance to grow. But
What's at the top of the list?
so be it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So be
You
it.
just YouTubing the hell out of that? Okay.
Oh no, I got the actual master track from Push.
Man, come on, man. Let him know. Pick up
So,
that name
yeah,
you dropped.
I got the actual track. I didn't download it from the video. I had the actual song. It's in my phone. That's what I've been listening to.
You know what that reminded me of? So, have any of y'all, I'm assuming y'all did, but I'm going to ask anyway, because I'm a child. Did you guys watch the Pharrell Lego movie?
I still haven't seen it.
I still have not seen that.
Crazy.
So, one issue I had, first of all, I love the song. I'm a Rick Ross fan. I don't care. Rick Ross makes me feel opulent. I love it. It makes me want to shop. What are the issues I had when I watced the Pharrell Lego movie? Like, there's a part, because
Everything makes you want to shop, bro. What are you
Literally,
talking
like,
about? But anyway, carry on.
I have an addiction. But so you remember back in the day, VH1 behind the music, every documentary had like a beat, and they'd always have like that low moment, right? So if you watch Pharrell's Lego movie, there's this moment where Pharrell was cold, and I'm like, Pharrell ain't never been cold. Like, y'all didn't have to add this for this Lego movie. There's never been a moment when I don't even care if the music wasn't even hitting like that. There's never been a moment since Pharrell's got famous where we ever thought Pharrell wasn't kind of cool. We would buy some clothes from Pharrell. We would love to see Pharrell. We would hear some Pharrell on a hook or something. I was like, come on, Lego movie. I know you're trying to like make a rhythm to this movie, but that part was whack.
I mean, but it's his movie, so I'm sure he sat in the editing and everything. I'm sure he okayed it and was like, you know what, that probably is going to be a low moment from my career. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you're not 100%.
It's because he's humble and he's trying to follow the elements of making a great movie, and you have to go through the roller coaster of emotion. No, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
The highs and lows, they go through everybody. No one in their career, hip hop, R&B, whatever you want to call it, has been 100% scorching their entire career.
Pharrell ain't never. Listen, bro. It's one thing if you watch
if
like an older movie.
he says it, I believe it.
I guess Eddie's just saying Pharrell's lows are like our highs.
Yeah,
everybody
but they're still lows. They're still lows. Yes, they are.
You know what it is too? It's different when you get older and you live history. So that if you'd have did this with the Ray movie, I wouldn't have known. I wasn't around for Ray. I saw Ray like towards the end. So you could have been like, Ray was strung out on heroin and he was doing bad. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta take your word for it. I don't know. But like living the Pharrell thing, I was there. Like, nah, Pharrell, you wasn't cold, my guy. We always loved you.
If he says it and he agrees to it, and he acknowledges that at the highest of my highs, I did have some points where I wasn't the best out. I wasn't the go-to, the it guy of all genres or whatever the case is, and that's fine. We can acknowledge that humbleness. You can't sit there and say, well, because I lived it. Yeah, that's you being subjective to it.
Not you guys arguing by giving Pharrell all the compliments. This is the best argument we've ever had on the show.
Pharrell is telling us like, yeah, at a moment I wasn't as scorching. So I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, yeah, Eddie's right because no, Pharrell said it.
The Lego movie.
So what? Pharrell said it.
You don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was just thinking how crazy it is. You know, a lot of people have like like a midlife career crisis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you start questioning what you want to do, and you want to do the next thing, but it's hard to start over. Blah blah blah. I know it's like normal now because Pharrell's been like the fashion guy, but it still really blows my mind that like he's heading up menswear for Louis Vuitton. Like, how is that really a thing? Like, how can you be that successful in music and then just be that guy. So he just had a show in Paris recently. Jay and Beyonce were there. Tyler and Doechii actually dropped their new song, Get Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get that soon. But just crazy, man. Yeah, no, his lows they're bullshit. But,
Right. But they're still
But we
low.
get
They're
it.
still
But
low.
we get it.
They're still low.
And he debuted them jellyfish Adidas. Them was kind of fire too. Like,
shout out to Pharrell, man.
Yeah.
how you the head of Louis Vuitton
crazy.
debuting your line, and then all of a sudden also my Adidas shoe, I'm gonna wear this for the first time and give Beyonce a purse. Like, come on, fam. Out of here. Out of here.
Just
Lowe's,
casually iconic.
Yes, he's had him. He's had him right now. He's back on the highs. So congrats.
All right, a couple other quick single shout-outs. Young Nudie, BTA, Corday, IDK. And then Big X The Plug and Shaboozey got a new track out called Home. Eddie, I think you really like this one, right?
Listen, bro, Big X The Plug, since he dropped Meet the Sixers with his little crew, I was tapped in. I was like, all right, I'm here. Then he dropped Take Care, which is not a Drake album. It's Big X The Plug's album. I was like, ooh, okay. Then last week, I was in Dallas. Big X The Plug's from Dallas. It's real. It's official. And I'm here for the ride. And he's also doing stuff. He's an advocate for autism, I believe, because his son has autism. I think I got that right. So everything that he's doing, and yet again, we talk about a conversation we have where we're lacking stars on the male side. Like, we want to see a certain like energy and like personalities. This guy's got it, bro. And now this is another country collaboration. He did one with Bailey Zimmerman that dropped not too long ago. And I see what y'all doing. Maybe this is a conversation we'll have for a later day. These rappers starting to get that country money. That country money different right now. Hey, pad them pockets. I'm not mad. Pad them pockets.
Pad them pockets.
I mean, it makes sense, right? I think, as you know, I don't want to get into like a Cowboy Carter conversation because we'll go on for days.
We'll be, please don't
just
trigger
pretend
him.
I didn't even say that.
Don't trigger him.
But obviously, since Black artists have such deep roots in country, this makes a lot of sense to me. And I think people like Shaboozey are really carrying the torch. So I hope this is something we see continue over the next few years. Imagine like the next XXL Freshman list, there's like a fully Black country artist on there.
That'd be dope.
Maybe that's where we're heading.
That'd be dope.
Every Black American, you're people from the South. We all country to some degree. Like, we country. Own it.
Yeah, I never think we didn't.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
getting to have mainstream success like this way.
That's beautiful. No, that's beautiful to watch, yeah.
Why don't we talk about the 2025 XXL Freshman class, guys? The list, it's been announced. Should we?
Is there any juice on that cover?
Should we go through it?
No
So
milk, no.
So we're gonna go through
I'm sorry.
the current list because I'm curious to hear like you guys like your take on it, and then I would love to. I know we're gonna talk about some older ones. I'm sure you guys have some favorites dating way back, but I really do like to compare past 5 years and the past 10 years. I feel like 5 years is a good enough amount of time to factor in all the things that an artist can go through, like getting hits, personal issues, money issues, label issues. You never know, you know what I mean? So 5 years is a good amount of time to see how you've progressed. So we're gonna do that. But let's start with this year's list. We've got Eam Triplin, Ray Vaughn, Baby Chief Do It, 1900 Rugrats, Samara Sin, Ian, Jello, Low Shimmy, Laser Dim 700, YTB Fat, Nino Paid, and EBK J Boo. All right, so the ones I'm most familiar with on this list are Samara Sin.
Yep.
And Ray Vaughn. So I met Samara last year when she dropped her first project. She actually has a new EP out that she dropped just like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
She's really dope. She raps well. She sings well. She could be crossover pop star. One day.
She has the reminiscence of Doja.
Right.
Yeah, that's just who I automatically think of. Not to say that's a bad problem.
But that's a good reference
yeah,
point.
Doja is a fucking superstar. So, but I do like her. I've been like slowly like getting myself familiar with her. So, those are the only between her and Ray Vaughn. I'm not too Ian. That's the white kid from Dallas.
Jello? You
Yeah,
know
Jello.
about
He
Jello?
had that one song. He disappeared.
He got 2 songs.
He
Y'all
has
think
one-
he
he got
should? Y'all think
one.
he should have been on the list?
No.
Why not? Whatever, man.
All
Like,
you need is a song.
It's
all you need is a
2025.
song.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, look everybody else on the list. Yeah, you kind of just need like that one song to cross over, and then when you can put it's a crossover song. It's not just that you have one song. It's like, did you have a song that resonated? And that song, say what you want,
It did.
it resonated.
It did.
But has that always been the criteria? Just having
No,
one
it hasn't.
song?
It hasn't.
I
that's
think
my
the criteria
point. It
changes.
hasn't. That has not always been the criteria. If you have like a mixtape, you've been on tour, you have collaborations. Jello doesn't have any of that. Jello has one song with a remix, and it fizzed out.
And
it was hot for a moment. We had its moment, but
he's Jello.
Eddie, did you have any of these other artists on the plug?
Yeah, I did. So we had Baby Chief do it. Super young. He's energetic. We actually interviewed him at Rolling Loud. Love him. Eam Triplin we talked to. The same as you guys. My two favorites are clearly the ones we already said. Laser Dim's having a moment, and we did talk to Low Shimmy as well. Look, man, here's the thing about the XXL freshman class. Like, a lot of these people are so young in their, like, that's the whole point. They are super young in their career. And I'm going to just be real with y'all. I'm at this point in time where I consume music for a living. And yes, you guys see me on Rap Life Review. I'm on Zane's show too, so I'm consuming everything on that side. It's not even just rap. So I will tell you guys the truth. Sometimes I'm not super up on everything. I'm aware. And then hopefully what happens, your career continues. And a few months later, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. This is sticking. This is resonating. But that's the whole point of the XXL freshman class is It's giving you an opportunity to get on the bottom floor of a lot of these artists. So don't feel weird if you're unfamiliar. You might have like 2 or 3 that you stick to. Like, I know who this person is. Mm-hmm. Unless you're like 17 and in it, you're not gonna know all of them like that.
That's fair enough. That's a good enough assessment. Yeah. It's like you said, a lot of things can happen in the next few years, and I think there's a lot of things like I can't tell just from hearing a song or two what a person's work ethic is like, what their mind is right. I think a lot of that's really important for surviving in the industry. So I do, like I mentioned, I wanted to reference some of the older covers. Let's go back 5 years. So we're going to do the XXL freshman class from 2020. Let's see where these people ended up. So we had Polo G, Cowboy, NLE Chopper.
Okay, big.
NLE Chopper.
Big.
Lil Keed. Chica, she's really dope, but I haven't heard a lot of music from her recently. We have Lil TJ, Baby Keem, Jack Harlow, clearly he blew up, 24K Golden, Fabio Foreign, Lotto before she had the official name change, and Rod Wave.
That's cool.
It's a pretty strong class right there.
Nah. There's one class that's the biggest class ever.
No,
can we not go back like 20 years right now? Can we just focus on the last? We're always reminiscing too much here, bro.
We just said the last 5 years.
Let's reminisce after this.
Let's stay right here for the second.
Okay. All right,
and then we'll go.
My fault.
Go ahead. Your thoughts on that class?
So here's the thing, right? Like I did a little research and I went back and looked at all there's a lot of misses usually, like a lot. Yeah. So if you're looking at that list in the last 5 years, and also 5 years isn't really that long, there's some shining stars on there. That's a pretty good list. I'm not mad at that list.
Lotto. Who else? What, Lil TJ?
Yeah. I mean, he had some personal issues.
Polo G, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keem had a great project, but he's been a little quiet. But again, Kendrick had a crazy year last year. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Fabio?
Is in jail.
I'm saying there's always misses though. There's always misses.
Fabio did have a moment, a promising.
I don't want no problems, Fabio.
Career, but yeah, he's been locked up. So.
But this is what I mean. You can't always predict the personal issues.
What you stated
that are gonna get in the way. But I feel like at the time this is a pretty solid list. Like Polo G was doing a strong list. All right, 5 years further back, and then Eddie can go 20 years back in the time capsule.
Yeah, please.
All right, so the 2015 freshman class, Vince Staples.
Okay.
Fetty Wap. Hold on.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
Dej Loaf. Rory. That was Rory with the hat. Kid Camp, OG Mako, Shy Glizzy, Gold Link, Kid, and Tink.
That was pretty bad.
Tink's still doing her thing.
Bad?
That was a bad list. That was a bad list.
Tink's still doing her thing. She's about to be on tour with Keisha Cole. She has an album coming out. I mean, Fetty Wap was huge.
Fetty Wap was huge.
Fetty Wap was huge until the next year. Like he was huge that year, and then like 2 years later, it was we're out of here. Y'all reality shows and Bellas and Money.
Those songs still have the clubs and lounges in a chokehold. So
I'm not gonna lie, I still hear people driving by playing.
Right.
Fetty
so like he could have phased out all you wanted, but those records lasted. And they still...
Yeah, so what? Return of the Mac lasted.
You love Jello. So what are you saying? You love Jello's record. And I know you going to talk shit about Fetty Wap, who dropped whatever those songs were in 2016, and he's still going 10 years later, but yet Jello he deserves to be there for the one song he had.
First of all, I'm clearly trolling you with Jello. I'm clearly trolling you with Jello.
No, you're
don't
not,
care.
because you've been doing this shit for the last month.
Yeah, you fall for it every time.
No, you're not. You're serious. You really like the Jello shit. Yes, you do.
You can look
No,
through
you
my
do.
list. There's not
That's
a
okay.
day in my life where I listen to a Jello song.
I guarantee you do. While you playing Final Fantasy, because you was tweeting about that shit the other day.
I do play
bet you
Final
like.
Fantasy. Final Fantasy says Rebirth. Fire.
Yeah, but yeah, I
Fire.
know you listen. I know you listen to Jello.
No, I don't.
It's hard to have serious
so I go with it.
conversations with you guys sometimes.
No, it is. It's very difficult.
All right, Eddie, take us back in the time capsule then. Let's do
Okay,
it.
so let me give you some context. I'm not even gonna tell the year yet, but this was the year
Oh boy.
that everybody was like, the freshman class fell off. It's terrible.
Is
These
that
are
what
the
people say
worst.
every
They
year?
say that every
No,
year.
but listen, it was particularly strong this year because of how bad the freestyles were. The freestyles were so ass that everyone was just like, we need to end it. This is a wrap. And then guess what happened? They all became stars.
What year was this?
2016. You ready? Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, Denzel Curry, G Herbo, Davies, Lil Dicky, Anderson .Paak. Okay, we got one loss right here, Designer, and 21 Savage.
Who said those freestyles were bad?
Everybody, bro. Go back. Like I bet you go to the comments, because guess what? They were bad.
Wait, so what, Dave East freestyle was bad?
It
Denzel
was
Curry
one-
shit was bad?
There was a lump. I think Denzel and Dave were like, because they do them in like groups.
Anderson .Paak shit was bad.
It was because he was in it with, we know Yachty can't.
Vince Staples was
21,
bad.
Vince Staples ain't in that one.
That was this
Oh.
class, the 2015 one.
Okay.
So it was, if I remember correctly, Anderson .Paak, who's not really a rapper, so that's not fair. If I remember right, it was Lil Yachty, 21 Savage,
Right.
Anderson .Paak. Dickie went absolutely, he blacked out. Like, I'm shout out to Dickie. And I think maybe Uzi was in that one. And they were bad. They were straight up bad. They were bad. But it became that, they became poster children for what rap ended up becoming, where, and it's a conversation we need to have with the XXL. We don't need to do freestyles no more. Like, these cats don't rap like that.
Right.
It's just the reality of it.
Right.
But we didn't know that then, and they went up there, and excluding Little Dicky in that group, it was bad. But the reality is, all those guys ended up, think about this, bro. If we go over the list.
That's a strong
like,
list.
That's a very strong
And it's
list.
good variety
Uzi,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Uzi Rockstar, Little Yachty got like collaborations up the ass, Nike
Lil Yachty's
collabs, Kodak
ass.
Black Superstar. He was on 2 songs on Kendrick's album 2 albums ago. Denzel Curry speaks for himself. G Herbo, Lil Dicky had like a hit TV show. Anderson .Paak was doing albums with Bruno Mars.
Yep.
21 Savage doing albums with Drake. Like,
Yeah.
all
It's a
those
strong
guys,
class. It's a very strong class.
except for Designer, all those guys out of here.
That's a great one. I thought you were gonna go like way, way, way back. Good job, Eddie. Thank you.
No, that was perfect.
That's a good one.
That was good.
Thank you. All right, so we do still feel like the freshman class list is important to do every year.
I mean,
know
like
why?
he gave a great explanation for it. It's getting on the ground floor, it's getting in the mud of who's who, what's what, and what's to become. Now, I can't really say I have the same feeling I had like back in 2010 when Cole and all them were like Cole, Nipsey, Big Sean, Wiz. Everybody was on that list where I was entrenched, like you said.
There were
like,
some misses on there too, if you look at that list.
Okay,
Like, I
yes,
looked
they
at
all
it.
have misses. Okay,
Yeah.
we know. But like you said, if I was 17, I probably know who everybody is on this list. But I do think it's still important in some aspects of the culture of finding out who's new and who's breaking through, the glass ceiling, whatever the case is. So yeah, if we don't have certain things like this, then yeah, we're not gonna know who's what and what's to come. So I do think it's still important. But yeah, to his point, freestyles, yeah, get rid of that shit because they don't care. No, they don't.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
fine.
fine.
Yeah, it's
which
totally
is
fine.
fine.
And it's gonna be cool to look back on to see where they are now. Like, all right, let me look back. Like, oh, okay, that one worked.
And
Like,
where you
there's
were in your career
Yeah,
in regards to music and everything like that. Because I remember exactly where I was when, 2010 came out, 2015. So yeah, it's a good bookmark just to see where rap was and where it headed after that class came out. So yeah, I think we still need to keep that.
All right, so we're gonna check back then in the next 5 years.
Hopefully we'll be
see where
here.
this class is. What would you just say?
I said hopefully we'll be here. Rap Life will be here for another 5 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
Everything is so dramatic for her today. I don't know what's going on.
You got to put more positive thoughts out into the universe.
That's good. That's true. That's true.
I think the digital workers are going to replace us. They're going to be recapping the XXL Freshmen.
It's gonna be AI. Yeah,
It's gonna be Eddie's buddies, the AI crew.
We're getting closer and closer to this Clipse release. What are we, a week out? A week and a half? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. July 11th.
July 11th. Let
2
God
weeks.
sort them out. We have the official
Track list.
track list out now. Does this stir more excitement in your heart?
Yeah, so it's Kendrick, Tyler, Nas, John Legend, Ab Liva, Stove God Cooks, In the Dream. have all been revealed to be on this glorious, glorious rap project.
The one that Lowe's already heard.
I haven't heard it. I sincerely haven't heard it yet. Okay. I have not heard. I've heard everything
songs,
you got.
How many unreleased songs have you heard?
I'm like a lot. There's a lot. There's one on here I do have. I'm sorry. There's one on here I do have.
Don't say it. Don't get in trouble. Don't get fired. Don't say it.
Yeah. But there's one here because I know exactly what the abbreviation stands for because the abbreviation is in the chorus. So yeah, I have that one. It's just not finished yet. But I'm the rollout of what they're doing and how they're reminiscing on their career, how they're doing like their own blog, how they're releasing their vinyls, how they're releasing merchandise, clothing lines. Like they're hitting every point of interest for us. And they've only put out 2 records, one of which is not even on DSPs. The only one that's available is Ace Trumpets. We only got a video for So Be It. Apparently there's So Be It Part 2, which is on, which actually got debuted at Pharrell's fashion show, The Beat. So if you go search the internet, you can hear the beat to So Be It Part 2. But I can't wait to hear what Nas does. I can't wait to hear what Tyler does.
Okay.
We heard some of what Kendrick is doing. And if I'm a betting man,
Think there's a secret feature not listed here?
I think there's a hidden feature somewhere in here.
All right.
It's a nice tight rollout, I'm not going to lie. And Ebro's interview with the Clipse drops next week, right?
Yes,
so we can
it
look
does.
out for that. We're definitely going to be celebrating here one of the most anticipated rap releases of the year.
And to add, I think the record that I do have, I think that's where the hidden feature's at.
Okay.
Because it sounds like somebody that I'm very big fan of could destroy that beat. So we'll see July 11th. Or
Can
maybe
we do
sooner.
something right quick?
Okay.
Zoom in. I need you to zoom in. Come on, get close. I need y'all to do this, man. There we go. Come on, it's okay. We're gonna make this get a little bit closer, get a little bit tighter. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let me say this. Y'all ain't Beyonce. Y'all not Drake. Y'all not Taylor Swift. I need everybody to do rollouts again. This Clipse rollout is reminiscent of things we used to see. The music landscape has changed, y'all. We just can't be like, oh, Thursday I dropped a new album. That ain't where we're at. I need you to go on Colors. I need you to do 47 interviews.
Right.
Go see Wallow.
Right.
Go see Ebro.
Right.
Go see everybody else. I need you to release album track list.
Right.
I need you to talk about your fellow artists. You ain't got to necessarily do that. But stop acting like this is 2019, because it's not. One of them cats is 50-something years old. Malice is a grandpa. And this man is out here on the trail promoting this work. We've been hearing about this album damn near a year. And we're still weeks away. And every week, it's a new little nugget.
Yeah.
They're giving us hype. They are giving us moments.
Yeah.
Get on your grind, people. Get your shit together. We need rollouts again.
But here,
You
okay.
can go back now.
To add to that, and not to really shoot the mail, but it's been 15 years. So 15 years since we heard them together on a full body of work. So if you're going to do this after 15 years, it has to look like this, right? There's not a lot of artists who've given us a break of more than 5 years, right? So there's not too much for them to talk about. With these two, they got to do everything, especially being right under Pharrell. You have a lot of shit at your expense to do whatever the fuck you want. You could debut your records at the fashion show, or you could debut your records in a movie, or whatever the case is. But 15 years calls for this kind of attention.
You're right.
Everyone doesn't have that luxury of being able to go to Paris and record an album that's going to be considered as one of the best rap albums in the last 5 years.
You're right.
There's a
You're
lot
right.
riding on this project, and they both know that. So if we're going to have that kind of expectation, they're going to have this kind of content.
You're right. I'm not taking nothing away from that.
Right.
But look, bro, it can't just be snippets for everybody.
No, I got
Like,
you.
They started calling A$AP Rocky Mr. Snippet. Like, that became like a conversation this weekend. Like, oh, we got another snippet. Like, shake it up. We need something different, y'all. Like, as someone who talks about this for a living, that loves this, we need you to engage back with y'all fans. Give them more. Don't do this for me. Do this for them. Give them more. The Clipse have been, it ain't got to be 15 years. It could be 2. It could be 1. Just give your fans something besides snippets.
They've given us so much, and we've only heard 2 records. That's the craziest thing out of all of this. You would have thought we would have had the album by now. As much content as we've gotten over the last 2 or 3 weeks, we only have 1 official record. Everything else is just them talking, them performing, them releasing, merch, all that. The music is dead last in regards to what they're putting out to the world. And I think they really want us to hear this shit in bulk. And I don't think we're good. Push told me we're not getting another record until the release.
I love that. That had the name drop. That's hard. That's why
I need to get some merch. I didn't realize there was merch. That's fine. Okay.
They got,
Shout out
they
to
got
Push. That's my guy.
the cause stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It's probably sold out already, right? I'm always too late.
That shit is sold out. The vinyls are sold out. Yeah, everything is like they will roll out.
Maybe I can ask
Roll
a
out.
favor
Roll
or something.
out.
Roll out.
Kiss.
No, it's great. I'm really excited. I mean, to Eddie's point, Rocky did tease. Well, he previewed. Was it just one snippet? I don't even know. New music at his Paris Fashion Week show, but. To be fair, Rocky has had a lot going on right now. I don't feel like he's like fully committed to this album rollout right now.
You could say that.
Baby's dropping soon. We're probably gonna get the album after that. Like, let's just give him a minute. But look, the Cardi album is officially coming. Am I the Drama? September 19th. I can't believe we finally have a date. So that's a rollout you can probably look forward to, Eddie. I feel like Cardi's not gonna like sneak in here.
What, 8 years?
Is it 8 now?
It came out with
2017?
2018?
So
2018.
Yeah, we're almost about 8 years in.
Yeah, I mean, Cardi's in a league of her own. Very few artists can like go that long between the debut album and the sophomore and have so much anticipation. So I'm curious to see like how she's gonna hit the rollout.
Eddie's point, we want to see what that rollout's gonna look like. A break like that, yeah, you gotta go to the whole 10 miles with this one. Concerts, interviews, freestyle. We want to see the whole shebang. So yeah, she's another person that has the resources and has the capability and the attention of her fan base to give us a very, very good, genuine, authentic, thick rollout. Hopefully. Looking forward to that. The last one on my list of most anticipated for the year is definitely this JID album. I feel like last week we were joking too much, but that track Bodies with Offset. Bodies is hard.
Body's good.
It's amazing. Like I can't wait for him. I hope he also does like a full rollout. I feel like we the fans deserve that one because we've been waiting a minute and he's talented and I feel like there's like a space for him. That's missing. Like really, really excited to have him back. Anything else you want to talk about? Oh, the weekend just did 4 nights at SoFi. Eddie, you were out there. How was the show?
It was good, man. So he had Playboy Cardi opening for Cardi was quick, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There was some kind of weird mix up with my ticket. And I heard as I was walking to my seat, I heard the first Cardi song. By the time I got in my seat, he was done performing his last song, and I was like, "Okay, I guess I missed Playboy Cardi." But I know we know this already. Like I know we know this, but actually being there, I'm almost astonished how big an artist The Weeknd is. Like, and I get it.
How are you so astonished?
How you
I think it's because of how it started. You know, it was, and we talked about like no face shown ass artists earlier. Like he was this really underground. Like what's going on with this guy? House of Balloons. It's these weird mixtapes, and he's done the Starboy thing and on all these other albums and sold out shows all across the world.
Super Bowl.
I think it's Super Bowl. Like I think it's actually watching the humble beginning to see him up there, and it was about I went to the Taylor Swift show. This was like almost as loud as the Taylor Swift when he's just sitting there and people are just screaming like nonstop. And I went the third night. And it's shocking still. And I know it. We're here, but bro is one of the top 5-6 artists in the world. Wow.
You're right. It was pretty impressive. The music's great though. I mean, I feel like some of the early Weeknd fans got turned off when he did his like more disco pop. But
yeah,
I loved all of it.
Stuff.
I loved that. Yeah. So shout out to him. Look at you, Eddie, out here hitting all these shows all the time. I love it. All right, how about this? To the audience, to the viewers. So we highlighted the artists that we are the most familiar with on XXL Freshman list. So like if there are artists that you know and love on this list or you see a lot of potential from them in the next 5 years, we would love to hear your input. So maybe you can hit us in the comments. We would appreciate that. Otherwise, we'll see you next week on the Rap Life Review. What's up? You just finished an episode of the Rap Life Review. It's 2025, so new year means new episodes coming your way. If you want to get in the conversation, you can always drop us a comment below. And of course, you can like and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Catch us next week on a brand new episode of the Rap Life Review right here on Apple Music.